we did want to do one thing more, and that is commemorate the passing of an old and important friend of Idea City, someone many of you know, Michelle Rainey. Anita Kunz, who is a pal of Michelle's and also previous presenter at Idea City, would like to come out here and say a few words. Come on, Anita. While she's coming out, I think I need to set the context a little bit, and that is early on in the history of this conference, I became involved in the medical marijuana issue, the medical marijuana proposition, and in the process of that met Michelle Rainey, who was a great activist in this field. She was at the time also the vice president of the Marijuana Party in British Columbia, and so when she came out here to talk, she came with the fellow who, geez, I blanked on Mark Emery, right, who was sort of the leader of the movement, and we had a conversation beforehand. I was mindful of the legalities, and I was hoping that they would behave themselves. On the particular evening of the day in which they presented, we were having our party at the time in a plaza which was in the heart of the financial district between a number of these important huge bank towers. And in no time at all I detected a certain pungent odor. I had a reflex of a little bit of panic because the conference was still young, and while I thought the issue was important, I didn't feel that we needed to provoke the legalities. But what I remember about that evening was that no one blinked, no one batted an eyelash. And Michelle and Mark happily spread some of their goodness around the event. And what was striking was the normal way in which it was received and the way in which many of the delegates began to participate in the exercise. Just telling you the way it happened. And from that day on, Michelle became a regular attendant at the conference, and she was a fierce and really important activist in this entire discussion, which is, in fact, an important discussion. The marijuana laws in Canada at the time were leading to some 20-odd thousand arrests a year, primarily young people, an event which in many ways would ruin their lives, impede their ability to travel. And I thought it was a travesty at the time, still do. But the long and the short of it is, in that period of time, which is the history of this conference, obviously, attitudes to marijuana and to the legalities of marijuana have changed enormously. And in many ways, it was Michelle who led that fight. So in that context, Anita Kunz.
Thank you, Moses.
Yeah.
I want to bring Jeff out here, Michelle's husband, who flew in and arrived this morning and is leaving tomorrow. So
hi, everybody.
This is his first time, so let's make him feel at home later. Okay. All right. This has been a wonderful conference, but there is a big absence. Those of us who have attended Idea City for many years consider this conference as something of an extended family. This past fall, we lost one of our most cherished and vibrant members to cancer.
Michelle Rainey was born on a day of gutsy confrontation. I, unfortunately, was not. Moses tried to get me to come here for the whole week, but I've been growing medicinal marijuana for the last 12 years. And we all know how Moses loves to take no for an answer. But Michelle Rainey was a beautiful soul and a tireless and passionate advocate for the legalization of marijuana.
In 2009, she gave a compelling talk on the Idea City stage.
She suffered since she was 17 from Crohn's disease, and if that wasn't bad enough, several years ago she was diagnosed with melanoma, lymphatic cancer. She believed that marijuana was the cure, and she instilled that in so many other people. When I first met her, I still believed marijuana was just a crutch. And now, after suffering for, this is my 30th year anniversary of having arthritis, I can honestly say it really is medicine. I don't take any pharmaceuticals, and Michelle didn't take any either.
Medicinal Michelle, as she was known, fought bravely and valiantly, but sadly lost her battle on October 20th.
That was 8 months ago. She was 39 and a half. We love and miss you, beautiful Michelle. In her honor, I've started the Michelle Rainey Foundation to continue distributing the medicinal shirts that she was famous for, and to also continue the medicinal information packets that we distribute to doctors and legislators and lawyers. And Michelle helped over 100 people get their medicinal license in Canada, including the youngest one was 15 years old.
So I think the Idea City team has put together a nice presentation. So.
And she would have been 40 years old Tuesday.
We would have had a hell of a party for her.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far, like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you stay.
After years of suffering from Crohn's disease and from the debilitating side effects of the various prescription drugs that she was given to effect the cure, Michelle discovered the power of marijuana to help ease her pain and her nausea. And from that, she moved on to advocacy, and from advocacy to activism. And today she's synonymous with the discussion surrounding medical marijuana in Canada, and synonymous really with the struggle for decriminalization and perhaps legalization. Michelle Rainey.
Only Moses would give a blue-eyed blonde with big boobs a quickie. Since the very first time I attended Idea City in 2001, I dreamt of being on this stage. This has been my temple, my church, and my retreat. And I've wanted to be worthy of being here today. All of us have dreams, and we still should at whatever age we are. We all need to dream, and my dream is to be Canada's cannabis ambassador.
We need to legalize marijuana. We need to tax it. We need to regulate it. And by doing that, we will refuel our economy. We need to put the money back into healthcare, back into education, and not keep draining it.
This has been a heck of a decade of activism for me, and I will say I'm totally blessed and completely grateful to be alive. You know, I love life, and all of us need to start sharing and be a part of our communities. Get out and vote. Bake an extra batch of cookies for your neighbors, talk to each other. We're all forgetting to do that. I have no idea why people just don't talk to each other. Life is so short. And you know, according to, what is it, May 27th, 2012, oh my goodness, we don't have much time. So we better get at it, okay?
Thanks, Michelle.
Unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.